Irons are used to iron clothes, sheets, and curtains. Electric irons have temperature settings: hot, warm, cool, and permanent press. Some clothes are permanent press and require only a light touch-up with a warm iron. Others are made from materials that wrinkle easily and need to be pressed with a hot iron.
Many holidays in the United States are on Mondays. Most of the workers have a 3-day weekend. On summer holidays, friends and relatives get together and have a barbecue or picnic. Children usually run and play while the adults prepare the food and talk.
Flag Day is not a federal holiday, so schools, banks, and government offices are open. On Flag Day, people display the American flag. They fly the flag in front of their houses or businesses. Some civic organizations have special flag ceremonies with patriotic music.
Bookstores sell books, magazines, newspapers, calendars, and stationery. Large bookstores have a separate section for children. The bookcases in the children's section are shorter so children can reach the books. Books are categorized in bookstores by subjects. For example, cookbooks are in one location, and history books are in another.
Sugar cookies are popular in December. Sugar cookies are made with flour, powdered sugar, butter, eggs, baking soda, and vanilla. The cookie dough is rolled flat and cut with cookie cutters. Popular shapes are the stars, snowmen, wreaths, candy canes, and angels. The cookies are baked in a 350-degree oven for about 8 minutes.
Surface active sites of crystals often govern their relevant surface chemistry, yet to monitor them in situ in the real atmosphere remains a challenge. Using surface-specific some-frequency spectroscopy, we identified the surface phonon mode associated with various active sites.
Mega droughts are comparable in severity to the worst droughts of the 20th century but are of much longer duration. A mega drought in the American Southwest would impose unprecedented stress on the limited water resources of the area, making it critical to evaluate future risks.
Dr. Jan Vieg of the Albert Einstein College of Medicine has made a heavily qualified assertion that the maximum human lifespan is 115 years, plus or minus a bit. It's a trend-based analysis, an examination of the global lifespan data as it stands.
German lawmakers should urge their counterparts in Brussels to push incentives for only zero-emission vehicles to be registered by 2030, the weekly news magazine said, citing a decision taken in a Bundesrat meeting.
The reprocessing of spent nuclear fuels is one of the key processes in the nuclear fuel cycle. The conventional method suffers from many drawbacks in reprocessing of nuclear fuel from the viewpoint of cost and minimization of waste.
The first signs of anemia are feeling tired all the time without any identifiable reason, i.e., you are not recovering from an illness. You will also suffer from heart palpitations as your heart works harder to pump the extra oxygen carrying blood needed around your body. How would you feel about spending months on the road traveling solo from the UK to China, by bike? For British cyclist Pete Jones, camping rough and cycling long distances through inhospitable terrain is second nature. Mr. Jones is currently undertaking a mammoth trip across the Eurasian continent from Britain to China.
Security was extra tight around Windsor with marksmen on rooftops, officers mingling in the crowd and police with sniffer dogs patrolling the route. However, the only public disturbance was a streaker who broke away from the crowd and was quickly apprehended by police.
Advertising and public relations are interdisciplinary, complex and creative practices. Advertising agencies are made up of multiple departments, such as creative, research, media, traffic, planning and account management.
Whether we like it or not, technology is an essential concept to learn. Because it changes so quickly, children are better off learning about it sooner. It is a primary part of every industry, and there is no way around it. These days, technology means more than just learning basic computing skills.
The quest for a user-friendly copyright regime began a decade ago when the Hong Kong government launched a public consultation on copyright protection in the digital environment in December 2006. Although this consultation initially sought to address internet-related challenges, such as those caused by peer-to-peer file-sharing technology, the reform effort quickly evolved into a more comprehensive digital upgrade of the Hong Kong copyright regime.
On the 2nd of January 1959, the Soviets launched Lunar I, their first lunar probe. Tracking data was obtained for SpaceTrack by the Goldstone site of the California Institute of Technology, which verified that the probe had headed for the Moon. Dr. Curtis used a plot of this data in a presentation to a committee of the U.S. House of Representatives.
The weather satellite is a type of satellite that is primarily used to monitor the weather and climate of the Earth. Satellites can be polar orbiting, covering the entire Earth asynchronously, or geostationary, hovering over the same spot on the equator. Meteorological satellites see more than clouds, city lights, fires, effects of pollution, auroras, sand and dust storms, snow cover, ice mapping, boundaries of ocean currents, energy flows, etc.
English pioneers in an exploration found an instrument for colonization in companies of merchant adventurers, which had long been employed in carrying on commerce with foreign countries. Such a corporation was composed of many persons of different ranks of society like noblemen, merchants, and gentlemen. They banded together for a particular undertaking.
The origins of security systems are obscure, but techniques for protecting the household, such as the use of locks and barred windows, are very ancient. As civilizations developed, the distinction between passive and active security was recognized.
The Great Depression began in the United States as an ordinary recession in the summer of 1929. The downturn became markedly worse, however, in late 1929 and continued until early 1933. Real output and prices fell precipitously.
Many people have heard of jet streams, which are rivers of air in Earth's atmosphere that travel at heights of between 20,000 and 45,000 feet. Meteorological jet streams separate colder air from warmer air, and the winds of these phenomena can reach speeds of up to 200 miles per hour.
With businesses now working more frequently with international clients, There is a growing need for an awareness of appropriate behavior when dealing with other cultures. With misunderstandings about time, greetings and dress codes being common, many organizations are now training their staff in what is acceptable or unacceptable when working with different cultures.
A marketing plan is a comprehensive document or blueprint that outlines business advertising and marketing efforts for the coming year. It describes business activities involved in accomplished specific marketing objectives within a set time frame. A marketing plan also includes a description of the current marketing position of a business.
Methane is a waste product of the oil and gas industry that results in greenhouse gas pollution that is 25 times more powerful than CO2. Working with industry to cut these harmful emissions by almost half over the next 10 years will dramatically reduce our greenhouse gas emissions.